might even be a salmon.
I can read your mind anyway.
5 a.m. Christmas morning. We're finally doing it, the video people have been asking us to do for 6 months now, the fishing with Dad. So Merry Christmas. We're just making our way down this ledge now to this spot where Dad goes fishing. We are going rock fishing out on the rocks, New South Wales Mid-North Coast. Down this spot here now, there is a bit of swell pounding in, so we do have to be careful. Sort of hits this rock and ricochets over there. It's not really coming up here, but so what was that? Third cast, you already got one?
Yeah, eating size tailor.
So what are you fishing for?
Tailor and the odd salmon.
One question people had was want to know what equipment and lures and stuff you're using.
40 gram steel raiders with a treble on the end of which I change. Make it a better quality treble on the end of it. They're surface lures. Salmon and tailor are both surface predators.
Meaning when you wind it in, it skims across the top of the water.
Yeah, and there's times when I let it sink a bit and do a bit of variation on it. So it's a cast and retrieve type of fishing.
And what's so good about this spot?
A deep water ledge runs along here, which the predators patrol up along here chasing whitebait commonly. It's on its limit, it's on its swell limit today.
So what happened? You're changing from tailor to brim now?
Yeah, this is what I get brim and drummer and stuff on. The cheapest bait species, I suppose, alongside getting it yourself. Coles bred, white and fresh.
So it has to be fresh, doesn't it?
Has to be fresh, keep it fresh in the load.
And then what do you do? Just jam around the hook?
Pack it on a 1/0 brim hook, throw it into the wash, and I've learned to understand there's not a species who won't sample it. I've caught snapper, jewfish, flathead, they'll all try it on. Trevally.
Smells pretty big.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll go to another location pretty shortly. This has worked out good, but quick tailor out of the water and we go over there and who knows what's happening over there.
After you have a few casts for the tailor, yeah, they're not there.
Well, often you give them 5 or 10 minutes and you can turn around and get one on your first cast after the break. There's the first sunlight.
Dad's trying to kill us down here with these monster waves. That sun's just starting to come up now.
And I'm sorry, I'm not nice, but I hate esoteric shit. Your mind is a cloud night, but I need to become.
But you get soaked.
Yeah, I'll have a quick cast and we'll get out of here and go to another location.
That's where we were, down on that ledge there. That was a little bit hectic with that swell coming in. Dad got one tailor. We're going to go to the next spot now. What's the difference of this spot here?
Well, it's a river mouth location. There we go. That's a trevally. Eat beautiful fresh.
So you'll catch them on the same stuff you'll catch Taylor on, obviously.
Yeah, they're another predator to steel spinners.
Well, will they just hit that in one go?
Yeah, I've got something small hooked up here at the moment. Possibly a really small tail or something. Which are extremely good bait, which we can use for bream bait.
Is there a limit on how many Taylor you can get?
I think it's 20. I think the bag limit on Taylor is 20.
You're a singer and a writer, and you know you're...
Is there a best time of year for doing this Taylor fishing?
Yeah, the surface fish seem to move in about that end of February and go right through, and they fade off at the end of winter.
So we're outside that season now.
Yeah, very outside. Give it another 6 weeks and it sort of comes to life.
And is there a particular reason that you go at 4 o'clock in the morning?
Well, you get more out of it than the fishing outing when you go 4 o'clock in the morning. You get a rising sun. You don't see a lot of people.
Is it better fishing early in the morning?
Yeah. High tide at daybreak, to me, of which we got this morning. Very close to like third location coming up.
Down to the third fishing spot now. I'm not fishing because I'm filming, and Dad's a fisherman anyway, not me, but it's too hard trying to fish and film and everything at once. It's easier for me this way. So what are you doing now?
Something I haven't done in a long time. It's a strip of fresh little Taylor. Bream are extremely fond of it. Drummer won't touch it, where drummer quite fond of bread. There we go. Beautiful pan size bream, not a big bream, but beautiful. I don't think anyone would turn him away if you offered someone for a meal.
Catching a mix this morning, 1 Taylor, 1 trevally, 1 bream.
Yeah.
And then this is different to Taylor fishing because you're not winding a lure in, you're throwing it out and waiting for a bite.
Yeah, fishing on the bottom. And there's a bream picking at it right now, actually.
And you're waiting for a big enough bite and pull, and then you rip it up.
And there it is.
Like that.
It's only very little bucket fella. He'll go back in the ocean.
So if they're too small, you got to put it back and...
Yeah, make it quick. Away he goes.
Is there any main advice you've learned for bream fishing?
They're a scavenger. They will eat a wide variety of bait.
What's this, a big one?
Yeah, I'm not sure what this is yet. There is, oh, it might even be a salmon. Yeah, big salmon.
What do you reckon you'll be able to get it in?
I may be able to get him in this lower part down here.
What pound line are you using?
I've got 20 pound maxima.
That's a big one, that one. That's a big size fish, that one. Is that small for a salmon or?
It is a smallish salmon, yeah.
Are they still good eating?
You would eat a piece off him. What do they call that? You give it to mother-in-law type fish. They're not brilliant eating, but as they're smaller like this, they're edible.
So you eat it, obviously?
More likely cooked for the dog Ruby at home for Christmas.
But you don't need to tell me. I just wanna be outside. I can read your mind anyway, 'cause it's all the same to me. Yeah. Your mind is all mine, but I need to be calm.
When I asked what people want to see in the video, they said catch fish, and you did that.
Yeah, it's worked good.
Yeah. So happy with that. Finish up, got a few there for Christmas lunch.
Yeah, Ruby can share Christmas with us, with a salmon.
One tailor, one bream, one trevally and one salmon.
Yeah, mixed species.
What's your favourite out of them to eat?
Probably the tailor.
This is obviously rock fishing you're doing, which is a bit dangerous. A few people get killed doing this every year.
Yeah, that is for sure.
Yeah.
I've been doing it since I was 15. I've had moments. I've been in once. I've been washed in once with a bag of fish, and I looked at that bag of fish and it got the better of me, and I had to try and get out with them. Many would say it was stupid, but I did get back out with the fish, and I've been knocked off my feet a few times. I've had all sorts of things happen, but it's an active, rewarding fishing of which I get a lot of thrills from it.
Ended up being an awesome morning down here. Good thing we got some fish. Hopefully the sound's alright. It's very noisy down on these rocks of all the ocean. I got a good microphone on, but we might need to get like those lava mics that you actually wear on you just to hear over the top of all this ocean roar. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but with life vests, for anyone wondering, because it's now in New South Wales, it's a legal requirement that you have to wear life vests when rock fishing because it is quite dangerous. But where we are, it's in the declared areas only, and where we are, New South Wales Mid-North Coast, is not a declared area where it is a legal requirement to wear life vests, but you know, maybe we should. Packing up now, we're going to head for a swim at our local swimming spot. Time for a swim at our favourite local swimming spot. Because we've had a heap of rain in these couple of weeks leading up to Christmas, the bush has just come to life, all these little creeks and waterfalls and that. This one only flows after you have a heap of rain. It'll flow for a month or so after rain, and if you don't get more rain it'll disappear again. But how nice does that look? Have a swim here, wash off the salt from the morning, and then we'll head home and Dad's going to cook those fish up. Oh, it's a little bit cold.
I'm not nice, but I don't want to hear you brag. And I'm sorry I'm not nice.
Such a beautiful spot, this one. Those cicadas are so noisy but around this time of year.
That's an unreal looking fly, that.
Which one did you end up deciding to cook?
The tailor. Cut up the tailor.
What did you do with it? Fillet it or?
Yeah, he's in 3 pieces.
And just put flour on it. How's it taste?
Beautiful.
ocean fresh.
A fishing outing's not unlike a four-wheel drive outing. You don't know what you're going to get, you don't know what's going to happen. You go out and try it on and usually it's good.
Mix of everything, like all adventures in life. Finished up the video there. Ended up being an awesome morning out down there. Caught a few fish, saw the sunrise. Had that swim out the bush and then straight home, cooked them and had breakfast. Good start to Christmas Day. Something a little bit different this video, obviously from the regular four-wheel driving and camping videos, but I've been getting hammered with requests for this video for months now, since people found out Dad goes fishing and people have been asking for fishing videos of Dad. We finally got around to doing it. Hopefully people enjoyed it. If they're into fishing, let us know if you want to see more of them. And yeah, that's it. We're off to enjoy the rest of Christmas Day now. So Merry Christmas. So Merry Christmas. We're just making our way down now onto this spot down here where Dad goes fishing. So Merry Christmas. We're just making our spot